Les Sulgrove here with NoCoast MLS. This is your recap of the January 11th NoCoast Board of Directors meeting. We met last week, which seems like a month ago after all the snow we've had. And so we talked at our last business meeting about adding modular homes to the MLS, and we will be doing that as soon as Paragon gets us set up to do so. So we did vote to do that. It's just a matter of making sure the cost figures are in place, and it sounds like they will be. We also discussed trust funds. You know, we had some recent training of trust funds in December, and would like to see more boards jump on board with that. It's a great service for streamlining the transactions by not having to have physical checks. So if you have questions about that, reach out to me or reach out to trust funds directly, and or to me, and I'll give you the information how to reach them. ShowingTime, we continue to see increased usage of the ShowingTime app. We know that it takes time for this to be fully adopted, and I think as the spring market comes, we'll see much more usage of this fantastic app. And this is all brought to you at no additional cost to your monthly MLS fees. So a great service that we're adding there. The board of directors did go into closed session and discuss the MLS Grid program that we're working with. We are in the process of contracting with MLS Grid, which will allow NoCoast MLS to do data shares across the region and even outside of the state if we decide to do so. There's a lot of process in works on that. It takes time for MLS Grid to review our data. And so things will happen hopefully by the end of first quarter, if not early second quarter of this year. And we will be able to begin doing data shares with that. So the topic of data shares itself will be a statewide project and not necessarily just NoCoast at this stage. So if you have questions about, if you're a different board here watching this recap and you're curious about MLS data sharing, contact your local board EO or Gavin Blair to talk about the potential of that. That's again, that will be a state initiative there. We did talk in closed session about the exploratory board process. We currently have 4 boards that are on exploratory at NoCoast, and 3 of them were set to expire in February. That would be Southwest Iowa, Northwest Iowa, and the Quad Cities. Muscatine is set to expire in August. And what we had decided to do was to extend that exploratory period through August so that we can get MLS Grid up and running and see how that's going to actually work. We would continue as planned with normal business on the NoCoast Board of Directors through August, at which point we will reevaluate the board positions and see what makes sense at that time. So we hope that you continue to ask the questions about NoCoast MLS. We would love to be able to provide services for your board if you choose. If not, the MLS Grid would be an excellent opportunity to share your data without having to contract through NoCoast MLS. So anyway, with that is the basic report for the January Board of Directors meeting of NoCoast MLS. And God willing, we won't have much more snow this winter, and we'll see you all again in February.